Nothing is special about me, right? How do I build a personal brand when nothing is special about me? Well, that's not true. I think everybody has something that's special about them. I think it just might take a little bit of perhaps call it humility, right? To figure that out. In this hot seat call, we go deep with Martin, and Martin is one of my favorite people. He's has something like 30 years experience in the fitness industry, and that is actually what makes him special. And so we talk about personal brand, we talk about standing out, we talk about making a name for yourself in a kind of a new world when you've been training clients in one world for a long time. And so I hope that you enjoy this conversation. I really enjoyed having it with Martin as well. Martin, you up next. Thanks for your patience, my friend. So, Martin, really, really fast again. Who you are, who you serve. What are we talking about today?
Hi, my name is Martin, and my I serve men and women over 40. They're looking to lose fat, build muscle, and optimize their resilience. Because I'm an older trainer, I tend to work with people over 50. Yes, and that's what I do.
Cool. What are we talking about today, man?
Um, I have a problem with content and DMs for some reason. Trying to generate DMs has been a little hard in the past. I had my second launch a few weeks ago, which actually went really, really well. I had my best launch yet.
Cool.
And
Congrats.
what I did do was, I think one of the last hot seats you talked about, we thought you were talking about content with somebody, and you were saying that most of the content you do is repurposed content. So I started doing that. That actually felt a lot better because I went back and looked at posts because I mean, I've known you since I got that little blue book about Facebook ads way, way back in the day. And so, and then I know you don't remember me, but it was like,
I mean, I remember your
yeah,
name. You didn't say
yeah.
hi for the first like 5 or 6 years.
No,
But
I did. I did. Maybe I did a few times, but it's funny. I have a whole thread from God, 2007 or 2008. It's just funny. Anyway,
it's
so
crazy,
then I
man.
did the first, I know, right? I did the first OTM,
OTA.
which I really, OTA.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did that one, and I picked up a lot from that. I was still struggling, and then got into OTM now, and I told John V the other day that I've worked on my business in the last since October, since I've been in. I've done more to promote my business in the last 6 months than I have in the last 8, 9 years.
Wow.
I was just working the wrong way, and I couldn't understand why I wasn't moving forward. And every day I engage with OTM, it's like a coming to Jesus, like, oh my God, fuck me, man. I was going the wrong way, thinking I was going the right way. And so it's been really been eye-opening, and it's been actually encouraging over, especially with the last launch, seeing the work that I had put in. And again, I'm not going to say that I could always work a little harder, but the work that I put in generated the results that I wanted. And so I really see the
Hmm.
benefit in it. So I always have an issue with content, but I think that's everybody. It's just generating the DMs too. That's
Ongoing, right?
yeah. I want a
Um,
little more. I want a little more. I'd like to. It's not so much picking up followers. I don't really care about that. I just want to see a little more exposure with my content, which I'm starting to get now.
yeah, I mean, you speak from experience. There's
Yeah.
not, I mean, the fitness industry, I relate the fitness industry to like high school. I mean, basically, the industry started in the 1970s, as far as anybody can tell.
Yeah.
And so
It did.
it's a very young industry. It's a 50-year-old industry. It's kind of like we're all in high school, like peacocking, trying to show off, trying to impress others. Well, none of us are confident in ourselves. Like we
Yeah.
don't quite know what this thing is yet. But there are some people, you included, that have been around this game for a long time.
Yeah.
And you kind of can see the real stuff from the nonsense. We had somebody on the it was in a sales call for the mentorship, and they were siding between this mentorship and between something else. And the way that they described it was yeah, John just seems really different from the other guy, and I'm having a hard time deciding. The other guy's a tattooed up ex-convict, and John seems to be like more of a family guy, so I'm trying to figure out which one is right for me. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I don't know
Oh,
who you're talking about, but that should not be a conversation going on in your head. Um, unless you're, I don't know, whatever, maybe it is for whatever reasons. But what are things, the way that I think
Uh,
about what I, the way I think about thinking about these types of problems are, what are the things that I can uniquely say that are initially non-obvious, call it conclusions I've come to because I've been in this game for a long time, that are sometimes counter to what you commonly hear. And there's a lot of falsisms in the fitness industry, isn't there? There's a lot of
yeah, there
things in the
is.
fitness industry. I mean, I've joked with Brett Contreras, who, if anybody's on Instagram, I'm sure that they know who he is. But I've joked with him before that, like, him especially, but even me with our science backgrounds, like, I could make up shit and make you believe it.
Yeah.
You
I'm
just,
just writing
anybody,
stuff down if you see me looking down.
yeah, anybody with the most basic understanding of physiology or biomechanics can make up something and make it sound believable.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I
some
see
people
that.
do.
Yeah, I see that all the time. And you talk about, I use the fact that, I mean, I've been doing this now. I've been working out since I was,
Yeah, how many
17
years?
years
Give me some stats. How many years have you
okay.
been in the gym?
In the gym, well, I'm
Yeah,
56. I've been in the gym since I was 17.
I don't
And
do public math. 39 years. What's that?
yeah, and yeah, they're about, that's why I'm here and
All
not in
right.
architecture.
What?
Um,
How many years personal training?
Personal training since 2005.
Oh, same as me.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then, started in 2005. I was doing in home only, and then moved to a small private studio in 2008, and pretty much
so so here's okay. I'm gonna interrupt you because I got what I need. Your What makes you special is that you've been doing this for long enough to be special. That is the one thing anybody can say. I help men above 50, whatever, regain control of their time, blah, 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 a whole bunch of nice sounding words that don't mean anything. Anybody can say those words.
mhm,
Not many people can say 39 years in the gym, 17 years personal training,
yeah.
lessons from, and I don't know what this final line is, but I there's a good line there that I'd have to work on a bit more. Um, there's a good line there, like lessons or wisdom or truths, depends how hitting you want to hit, but like some sort of like truth from an industry veteran or from a fitness industry veteran.
Yeah.
Come say hi real quick, Calvin, and then I got to get back to it because I'm talking to a whole bunch of people.
Hi.
Hey, Kelvin, how you doing?
You can't hear you. Love you, buddy.
Okay.
It's okay. Love you. They were talking to you. They said hi. Um, because that's your positioning. Is you've been doing this because what that gives you permission to do then is respond to like anything that you see. So then you can just, anything that you see where anybody makes a claim, you could be like, yo, this is really good because of that. Here's a story of somebody I worked with, showed that. Or, hey, let me tell you why I don't agree with the approach this person took here. I don't, there's a whole bunch of people who have built their entire platform. And I know it's 3 o'clock my time. I know it's on the hour, guys. If anybody needs to leave, totally cool. We'll go for a few more minutes if that's okay with you, man.
I'm ready to go a little longer.
Okay. But yeah, if anybody else needs to pop off, that's fine. I don't agree with people who have built their entire platform talking about how other people in the industry are stupid. It's like your
Yeah.
entire platform is about bettering the industry by talking about how other people are stupid because you know that the best way to gain a platform is to talk about how other people are stupid. And so in doing that, basically all that you're doing is you're sharing stupid information more for your own benefits. And so I don't actually agree with that, which is why you don't see me doing it. I get that it works. If your goal is to build an audience, but I think that you can do it a big way. Like, you don't have to put other people down in order to share good information in response. You can be like, look, from that person's perspective, I totally get why they do that. Let me tell you why I do it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And my hope
You
is
know,
that
just-
by the end of it, you can decide what works for you. But
Yeah.
instead of saying, like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah. That I agree with that, because again, I haven't been in this business so long. I mean, I've seen everything. I've seen
You've seen everything come and go 5 times.
Yeah, I have Cybergenics, Ephedra, all these. I always just comment. I wouldn't consider myself the smartest person, but what I have is experience in this business. I mean, I don't, I don't, I don't pronounce that, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I don't claim to know everything, but
Yeah.
as long as I've been doing this, I realize just how little I know, but I can smell the bullshit a mile away. And there are a few
Right.
people out there that I've, looked at as mentors early on, who were just like what you said. They thrived on putting people down, and there's no longevity in that. People
There's
tend to
not.
eventually, they easily either become a cult and they're very insular, or they tend to it's
They
so
come and
negative,
go.
they just they move away.
They come and
So,
go. They come and go. You can smell them from a mile away. I can
Yeah.
name you 5 or 6 names right now that are
Yeah.
making waves, that are building big audiences, that will not be in any way relevant in 2 years.
Yeah.
We've just seen this cycle happen enough times. But I don't think that you need to mention them or put them down or
Yeah.
anything. I think you can.
Yeah.
I think
Which
you
I
can-
never do.
I think what you can do is you can still respond to stuff that you don't agree with, and you can say, you can take the higher ground and say, look, this isn't how I would do things. I'm happy if it works for other people. I want to give you my opinion from my experience so that you can decide what works for you. Boom. And it's basically the same thing as what they're doing, but it's not coming at it from that angle. So, I mean, look, smack dab at the top. Like, why would anybody listen to you? Like, you need numbers, you need a metric, because the second that somebody, if you have a piece of content or something like that hits, you need something in your bio immediately that's going to be like, oh, there's something interesting here. Like, I just put my book sales stats. I just sold 150 some thousand books. Like, immediately anybody who hits the page is like, they have no idea who I am, but they'll see that and they'll be like, well, clearly there's at least something here for me to take a second look at. Some sort of appearance, even if you have no measure, a quote from an authority or whatever it is, put a quote from one of your clients. Just a great quote from one of your clients right at the top. But for you, it would just I would just have right at the top, 17 years personal training, 39 years in the gym, sharing truths, I don't even know how I would finish it, but sharing some sort of truths about.
I was thinking sharing truths garnered over a lifetime of fitness, something like that.
Yeah, but put it at a third
Not-
grade reading level and make it active.
Okay.
Garnered. You don't use passive tense unless you absolutely have to.
Okay.
And the word
Sharing
garnered
truth.
is too big of a word.
Yeah. It is. Oh.
But you're on the right track, right? So we don't need to workshop it now. You're on the right track. Just write this down. Oh, I mean, whenever I'm doing anything, I'll literally take crappy pieces of paper like this, and I'll just write down over and over and over again, just sentences. And what you start to pull stuff from different one.
Shane
what did
said,
Shane?
sharing truths that can only be gained from 39 years in fitness.
Yeah, it's a good option. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it's closer. So keep playing around with that. And then your actual content. I mean, I love it. Be like, hey, fitness old guy again here, talking to you about some stuff that I learned. And do if you don't know how to do them, do green screen videos You send me a message, I can send you a couple examples, but of like a
Okay.
post behind you or a video behind you, and then you talking about it.
Okay.
I think that kind of stuff is brilliant. Yeah, I like that. Hey, fitness old guy here.
I like that too, actually. I might have to use that one.
I don't know. Call yourself like literally right like fitness old guy, and then do the like little TM like trademark, because trademark anybody can use. Copyright you can't use unless you've copyrighted it. Trademark means nothing.
I
Most
didn't know
people don't know
that.
that. Oh, trademark means nothing. When you see a little TM, it's just a complete bullshit mark. It just means absolutely nothing.
What?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The copyright, or like the O, like the C or the O in the circle.
sure.
That's
That's
like a
definitely different.
legitimate like legal thing. Trademark basically means that like at some point you plan to maybe copyright it, which basically means it means nothing. And so you can literally write like fitness old guy, and then like the superscript like TM up top,
Oh,
and
I'm
then
gonna
you
so
have
do
that
that.
stats. I love that. Yeah, I love that. That's funny.
Wow.
All right, we
So
got Boogie. Yeah, go on, finish up.
I was gonna say, did you see my Instagram page? What I have there?
Mhm. Well, I mean, I see your Instagram page on an ongoing basis.
Let's look at my bio. Um, how that's set up. We had talked about that once before.
Yeah. Let me pop it up real quick. Oh, that's not right. So let me share my screen so somebody else can see what I'm looking at. Y'all can see my other screen here. Okay. So real quick, number one, zoom in on your face. I don't care about your body. I don't care about your arms. I don't care about your watch. What I want to see is your smiling face. You're too good looking of a guy to hide that. So same picture. I think it's a great picture. But get in closer on your face for sure.
Okay.
Make that a little bit sharper.
Okay.
I don't know about physique builder. Like, I don't really know what that means. That I feel like those are words that like kind of sound nice. I mean, they're fine. You can keep them, but I don't think they add anything necessarily. Uh,
Yeah. I don't know why I did that for some. Oh, I think I did that. There was some conversation we were having here, and I put that in there for no reason. I can take that off again because
I mean, it's
it's
fine.
always.
I don't think it detracts, but I don't think it really it benefits in any way.
Yeah.
Fitness trainer, that's fine. Right here first, I would just write like the fitness old guy TM.
Okay.
Uh, and then underneath that, um, I would put the personal training stat first. 17 years personal training. Underneath
Okay.
that, 39 years in the gym.
Okay.
And then sharing lessons on whatever sentence you come up with. I think change is a good one to start with. And then play around with it. And then, I mean, your call to action here, like your link,
Hmm.
sending somebody straight, like nobody fills out these applications, right?
They don't.
Like a link in a bio to an application for online coaching, like that's just never going to get filled out. So,
Okay.
uh, some sort of an opt-in that you then follow up with a conversation similar to what we talked about with Ely, I think is better. Whatever you put together, right? But because then that allows you to promote it in your story and stuff as well.
Okay.
Or you don't have a link and you just say DM me with any questions about health and fitness over 40 or something. I mean, see what gets a response.
I like that better. DM me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not going to get a lot of DMs anyway. You got to make a straight call to action for it. It's probably not going to happen ongoing.
Yeah.
But I mean, these links, like Instagram has just trained people not to click links. So a link, especially to something like an application, just seems to be kind of wasted space to me, which is why you see me like, if we're going to do a call to action for it, we do a direct call to action in the story or on the page. Yeah, and then just get a pinned post about your coaching. Straight smack dab at the top, stands out, white background, pin it to the top. Just let people know you're open for business. You walk down the street, you're hungry for a sandwich. There's a sandwich shop, doesn't have a sign, blinds are closed, doors locked. You're not going to know to go in there for a sandwich, are you? They're going to
Yeah.
wonder why nobody's coming in for a sandwich. You're hungry, but you don't even know they're open. So you got to make it very, very clear you're open for business. Smack dab, pinned at the top.
Right there.
Just pin it.
Okay.
Yep. You
Okay.
can make a post and then you pin it. I'll show you mine. I have 3 because I just do too many different things. But I wanted to put one about like basically why my content's janky and ugly, and also give some depth to the page about like who I am. So my content's ugly. There's a reason it might be meaningful to you. Read the caption, and the caption is about basically the moment I decided I wanted to build a platform based off of writing and not audio or video, and it had to do with exploration and travel and freedom and stuff. This is probably going to change, but like, here's what I sell. Like what I'm trying to do with this is just show people, like, don't be afraid to sell. Like, I am posting on Instagram because I have a business and my goal is to get you, if you will benefit, to buy from my business. We don't need to beat around the bush here, right? Like, straight up, the second you hit my page, this is what I sell. What? And then this, same type of thing. Just all because I just do too much shit. So my biggest problem is always just like, I probably have the right solution for you, but you just don't even know all the things that I do because there's no way for me to market everything at the same time. And then just my priority is Quick Coach, so putting that video, but you only need one, right? And then if you have a piece of content that hits and goes viral or something, then pin that to the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I have to find my piece of content that did really, really well and pin it to the top in there. Is what you're saying about here.
No, I think just don't even stress about that.
Okay.
I think just one straight post. Like I would just make it super ugly, like black writing on white background. That's literally like, here's what I do.
Okay.
Like, I just love that. Like, this is what I sell.
Okay.
Like, if you have a shop and somebody's walking down the street, you have a sign out front with prices that says, this is what we sell. If you want this, we sell it.
So
Right?
basically fitness old guy, TM, selling fitness to old people.
You're selling fitness to old people. If you're an old person who doesn't want to look or act your age, give me a call.
Yeah.
Right?
That's great.
Cool, dude. This is fun. As always, thank you to everybody. I gotta pop off. We got a podcast and probably make some really bad sex jokes again, because that's what we do on the podcast. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate you. And we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. John again, and thank you for listening to that call with Martin. Hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed having it at the time. That was a conversation that was a hot seat as part of my business mentorship. Now, if you don't know, what I do is I host a mentorship, and we basically take people who work in health and fitness who are doing anywhere from about $1,000 to $20,000 before they start with us. We help them scale up quite a bit beyond that. And so if that's something that sounds like it might be interesting to you, please go on Instagram. I'm at It's Coach Goodman. Send me a DM that just says mentor, and we'll have a conversation about it. Now, if you're looking for another episode to listen to right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend episode 49. This is called The Super Basic Business Principle You're Screwing Up. So many times we get our heads caught in the clouds about all the things we should do when we miss the basic stuff that is really the most important stuff. And so scroll back in your feed, wherever you're listening to this podcast, episode 49, The Super Basic Business Principle You're Screwing Up. And as always, thank you for listening.